Okay, so this is our second game. It's not the second game from the playtest, but it's still from day one playtest. So here we have the gods Yasu and Soraka. So I can only choose between those two. And Nirados, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. I think for the playtest, I'll start the games in the PvE round. But once we're on the PvE, I'll probably go back to starting at the augment selection. Okay, but hopefully for now we solved the quality issues for Twitch and YouTube. Did I try 5 Nova during the playtest? Yes, I do have a 5 Nova game. It is a bit of a confusing trade, Nova, because first of all, depending on which Nova unit you play, the effect sort of becomes better. And then specifically at 5 Nova, you get an additional consumable you can use for an additional effect for one of your Nova units. I don't know. It's a bit complicated, the Nova trade. Yeah, we do have an HP stacking Cho'Gath to set, the Darkstar Cho'Gath. Unfortunately, we don't have a 5-cost Brawler, so truth to be told, the Brawlers felt a little bit weak, I would say. Rek'Sai was pretty bad. Harm is it's a decent tank, but obviously he's not dealing any damage. So yeah, I felt like the vertical Brawler side was rough to play. So this is gonna be a problem for Cho'Gath commitment. The rest of the you would want high Brawlers for high HP, but then your entire board is just kind of full of really bad units. Okay, here we have one of the new artifacts, Kale's Exaltation. This is one of the so-called divine artifacts. There's 9 new artifacts. I mean, the darkened ones are gone. Oh, I actually didn't take it. Oh, I think I wanted to do something. Yeah, there was a few low mana cost units where I wanted to try something with Dawncore, but that didn't really work out all that well. Was it actually Riven that I wanted with Dawncore? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. I think I don't know, Cho might have a hard time stacking HP compared to Cyan, but we'll see. Teemo's in the set again, yeah. Space Groove is also kind of a strange trade. I didn't it's similar to Nova, it's kind of a confusing trade, although I would actually say Space Groove might be the most confusing trade. Because you have sort of this groove state that your Space Groove units can go into, but it's very unique on how they go into the groove. Sometimes it's based on their ability or a condition. That's a bit strange. Yeah, there's a bunch of new hero augments. I will probably show some of them. There's like I said, there's the Meepsy hero augment that makes him into an AP Brock. There's Pike. Pike gets the execute with reset kill. That one's pretty fun. Gragas gets a really weird one. Where he self-explodes and takes damage, but he also deals a lot of damage. It's kind of strange. Nasus gets the bonk. I think the Nasus one is a reprint. It's just he gets the bonk. Let's see. There was a few more hero augments, I think. So the way mecha works is that each mecha has 2 forms: the normal form and the mecha form. If you upgrade, you can use a consumable, and if you do that, they become colossal. So they get more HP, they get better stats, they have a slightly different ability, but they also count +2 to the trait. So the way it would work is you find Urgot, Aurelian, and Galio. You make all of them into the mech, use the consumable on all 3 of them, and then you get 6 mech, and that's how you get the +1 space. No, Cinch is not in the set. What can you tell us about artifacts? So there's 9 new artifacts called divine artifacts that are based on the space gods. And some of them are pretty interesting because they have like cool effects and they're like less about stats. Probably my favorite is the Yasu blade work. It does like every 3 seconds you get a bonus attack. And if the guy you're targeting has like over 70% max health, you actually get like 2 bonus attacks. And that one's pretty cool because that has there's like a lot of cool builds where you can use that. Was probably my favorite artifact so far. There's like a Kale artifact that's sort of like an alternative to Talisman of Ascension. Because like after a certain amount of time, the other 2 items turn radiant. And I mean, there was like a bunch of other ones. There's actually an artifact where you can regain HP. The Zoraka artifact allows you to gain player health.
This divine conflict must end.
So yeah, this is the first choice here, Yasu or Soraka. Soraka actually has the opposite of Evelyn, so if like a lot of people take Soraka, then they get rewarded for prolonging the game. Hello, random guy. Yeah, Mr. Z2Z is back. Actually, somebody in the playtest hit Z3 star against me. I think I show it in the video. I think it's in the part with the Elder Dragon and the Bard explanation. You can actually see a Z3 star there with the Elder Dragon. That's why the fight cuts short, because the Z killed my team so fast. But yeah, so right now I have the Primordian trait. So this is an early game trait based on Rek'Sai, Briar, and Bel'Veth. So Ryan actually reused some assets from the Swarm game mode. From I think it was last year. So the Primordians, they sort of like, they get buffed by these like spawning stuff that deal like damage. And also the items from the Swarm game mode can be found in the Anima Cashout trait. I mean, honestly, Dawncore would be pretty cool on Zed as well. Like, that's something worth testing, to do Dawncore Zed. I feel like Pantheon is gonna be like one of these units that you're gonna see everywhere in the early game. He's triple trait, has a good ability, good traits, good early game tank. Like, that guy will definitely see a lot of play. How long will I stream today? The goal is to go over 3 games, so I can upload 3 games for tomorrow. Tomorrow should be longer stream, but today the stream's planned. I mean, I already covered 1 game, so after this game I will probably like cover 1 more game, answer some more questions, and then just probably that was it already. And then we just go into a longer stream tomorrow with more games. So Fizz actually has a really cool ability here. He has a dash. He's like really low mana cost to Fizz. And every 3rd dash, he does like his ultimate with the AoE knockup. He's a tier 3 unit in case you're wondering. And so I gave him Dawncore. So now Fizz is gonna do like auto dash, and every 3rd dash, you get like the knockup. Which honestly was kind of nice. I kind of liked it. Felt useful. I think normally he's 20 mana, but obviously with Dawncore, I just bring him straight to 10.
No stitching that back together.
I mean, they can't put Echo in because Echo is a space god here. Is Riven cool? I love the Riven. I will actually play a lot of Riven this set. I mean, this is the Riven game here. I can spoil you that much already. But overall, I actually really like Riven. So I expect to play her a lot. It's Ashe in this game. I think no. I think Ashe got skipped this one. So Ornn's gimmick is that he can make his own items radiant, like during the combat. So it's like but he's just a pure tank. He's like a tier 3 tank that can make his own items radiant temporarily. Sup Karax, elu. There's an ASOL unit and ASOL god. I mean, technically you're right. Yes. There's an Aurelian spaceship and an Aurelian god. You are kind of right. Will I make a video about final thoughts about Set 16? Nah. I put my final thoughts in the final stream of Set 16. And after that, I kind of stopped thinking about it. It's alright, it's just our Shen. True. Aurelian and our Shen are clearly two separate units. I didn't know content drop was today. It's pretty rare that content drop happens on a Saturday. Usually it's Sunday, but maybe Riot wants to try some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, usually you are right. Usually content drop is Sunday. I think this might be the first time we had a content drop on Saturday. Oh, we see in one of the new augments, I believe, Dummyfy is gone. And they've replaced it with this thing here. So this tower is like a lot weaker compared to Dummyfy because obviously like it doesn't have any units fed into it. And it like, I think it discharges like electric damage while it's alive every few seconds or something like that. First impressions are positive? Yeah, sure. Wasn't Set 16 revealed on Saturday? I don't think so. Pretty sure it was Sunday. Usually the way it goes is that they dropped like with World Finals, but I don't know. Maybe it's because it's PAX or something. I don't know. I mean, there probably is a reason why they chose to do it differently this time, but. Maybe they want to see if the engagement on Saturday is better than on Sunday. I don't know. Or maybe they feel like maybe it actually has to do with if they reveal it on Saturday. Like if they do the reveal with the World Finals, it takes away from the World Finals. So maybe the point is to sort of like have the World Finals not be overshadowed as much by the death drop. Maybe that's the reason, you know. I don't know. We'll see. What's the Orobot thing on the bench? That's coming from the Timebreaker trait. It's a fairly simple trait to understand. The 2-piece is if you win, you get this orb on your bench, which you can sell for 1 XP. And it can stack. And if you lose, you get 2 free rerolls. So if you remember the Exalted Orb, it's that thing. Bring more attention to day 1 and day 2 of the competition. Maybe, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Riot. I doubt they give you an answer. How do you like the art design of the set? I mean, the Hades type like splash arts are nice. They look nice. They definitely went a lot of work into them. So that was a good call to copy Hades on that part. I mean, Space Theme is fine. I'm like not the biggest guy in regards to like Space Theme, but that's fine. Some people like it, some don't. Okay, so here we have, oh right, Yasuo has like this thing where you get hexes that can empower units. And Soraka, so by the way, the way this works is that in every stage, every god has like 3 options. Like for Yasuo, for example, he can give you hexes. But which hexes are being offered is kind of like random. And I think for Soraka, she has like 3 different options that can appear in stage 3. And here we got the implant option, which you might remember from Aoshin's Ascent. There's like an implant speed. I think Echo has implant speed and Soraka has implant size. What's up, Havik? Disco is back. I mean, Space Groove is back. Space Groove is back, which has kind of like a disco-ish theme. Dun, dun, dun. Classic. I wanted to see if I can increase the dummy in size, but unfortunately it's champion only. But yeah, I think he has the Meep hero augment. It's like a Meep piloting a Krug or something like that. I have a game of that hero augment as well coming up in the future. So it's kind of like Brock, but it's a much weaker version of Brock. Trying shenanigans already. I mean, it's the way I play the game, right? Like I have a question, I want the answer. I don't care if I grieve myself if I gain knowledge. Gain 12. Oh yeah, there's a funny augment. It is like gain, what was it, like gain 7 gold, then flip a coin, and if you win the coin flip you get like 3 more gold or something. Such a stupid augment, but it's like a silver augment, but kind of made me laugh when I saw it for the first time. Do you need set 16 knowledge for 17? No. I mean, the thing is, like, there are skills that translate between sets in terms of like play styles. Like the way you play a reroll, the way you rush level 9 in concept doesn't really change. So that's sort of like that skill set translates from one set to another. You just have to like figure out which units are like similar in terms of like play style and itemization. Did you try the Kale artifact interact with other artifacts? No. There are no radiant artifacts. It just straight up wouldn't work. Think of it like this, right? Like if you have an artifact on a T-Hex and you take the upgrade where it upgrades the item to radiant, it wouldn't make the artifact radiant either. It would just like ignore it, the same way like emblems gets ignored. I mean, best in slot being same item has more to do with the eye. Like, I mean, Riot is trying to combat this. Like, for example, like if you take like Morgana versus Vex, both of them are tier 5 AP units, but Morgana is short range, Vex is long range. Morgana is like, she either wants like pure damage or a little bit on the tanky side, and then Vex just wants attack speed AP, right? So it's like Riot kind of like forces you to run like a Jeweled Nash or Ginzo type build for Vex, and time for talk is over. Yeah. Oh yeah, also here, in case you're wondering, I did not forget about the implant speed on my bench, but I knew I wanted to play Riven, and I was saving the implant for my Riven, so my Riven gets bonus HP. Yeah, I should have some Fiora games. I had like, but I don't think any of them made it to top 4, so that was a bit awkward. Tam is actually a pretty nice unit to pick up. Tam gives you like bonus gold every few rounds, rib reinforcement. You forgot it was implant sized? No, I didn't. I was just waiting for Riven to show so I can buffer. Yeah, so this is 4 Timebreaker, which gives every Timebreaker a 50% attack speed steroid, which is fine. It's nothing special. Timebreaker is kind of a weird trade. So it's like you play it early for the bonus XP and the reroll. You can play the 3 Ps for the attack speed, for the team-wide attack speed buff. And like in stage 4, you can play the 4 Ps for the 50% attack speed buff for the Riven. But obviously it scales horribly, so long term it's usually not that good of an idea to stay on Timebreaker. Yeah, not only is max build in the game, they've actually added a new one called Just Hit. And Just Hit, I think, gives you a bunch of rerolls, a large tube, and something else. Maybe some gold, I'm not sure. But yeah, they added another duplicator augment. Another prismatic one. Yeah, the large tube is instant, but you don't get a second one with the Just Hit augment. This one cost reroll back this set. There are some. There's like specifically there's one Stargazer constellation that is designed for tier 1 reroll. It's like Stargazer, the medallion. That one is like giving you up to 40% damage jump if you do tier 1 3-star reroll. I mean, you don't have to do tier 1, but it kind of makes sense to do it. Outside of the Stargazer constellation, maybe there's a way to do Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath has infinite scaling. But outside of those two, I'm not sure. I mean, one argument you can make, oh yeah, right here we have a Giant's build and a Sparring Glove versus an Ice Hex. I've already made 2 selections for Zoraka, so I have a guaranteed Zoraka blessing here. But I figured the Ice Hex might be interesting. I mean, one of the reasons why max build was actually causing issue was the unlock mechanic. Because if you think about it, the unlock mechanic guaranteed you 1 copy of the tier 4 or tier 5 unit. And you don't have that part anymore. And I think that helps to make the max build more balanced. And yeah, there's also no more 7 costs. That also helps, I suppose. I should have played the Tomkins earlier, but... so right now my goal is to get a Riven 2-star and to add more Rogue units. Rogue is a pretty powerful trait. It gives you... Oh yeah, here I'm testing something. So the way these hexes work is you get a consumable, and then the first time you use the consumable, you get to decide where the hex is. So like in the past we had this problem with augments like Axiomata and stuff like this, where you didn't get to choose where the hexes would land. But with the Yasuo Space God, you are in full control. Now, you might ask yourself, can you put multiple hexes on the same hex? And the answer is no. The consumable will bounce and be like, nope, there's already a hex here. Yeah, this is a pre-recorded game from the playtest. Still takes a few days before we can play this on the PvE. So here what I wanted to check is whether or not the freeze hex would work on the target dummy, and it doesn't. Again, this is champion only. The way to stack is either Cho'Gath with HP stacking, or some Arbiter combinations allow you to stack as well. So Riven is a pretty strange unit because like when you give her Ginzo, Ginzo gives you 10 AP. And this can cause you to make Riven AP. Because she will often have more AP than AD if you give her a Ginzo. That's just something to keep in mind when you itemize this unit. Obviously, if you have something like Infinity Edge, she will always be 80. And if you give her Jewel, she will always be AP. But if you do something like BT, Titan, Ginzo, you will actually end up with an AP Riven. Because both BT and Titans, I believe, give equal amounts of AD and AP. The Shen sword is coming from his trait, Bulwark. I think, what was it? Tanks and fighters get a shield, and everybody else gets attack speed or something. So yeah, this is the Zoraka Blessing from the Stage 4-7 Armory. I'm currently just I think I'm checking for spell crit items. I think I was looking for a BF to go for Infinity Edge. I didn't actually like the Dawn Core that much on the Riven. Riven is like mana locked during her shield, which makes it a bit less interesting. Like Riven has this 3-piece again, right? Like she does like bounce with a shield, bounce with a shield, and then she does the big ult. But the problem is that she's mana locked while she has a shield. She still deals a nice amount of damage with auto attacks, but yeah. Okay, so what's kind of funny is we went full circle. In Portable Forge, I had the option to do the Kale artifact, but I chose Dawn Core and I reforged and now I get the Kale artifact. The way this works is that it's kind of like a Talisman of Ascension. It does give a decent amount of stats, like the you do get like nice stats from the item itself, and then after a certain amount of time has passed, the other two items become radiant. Now the problem is that I did check, the item effects don't get refreshed. So if you do like Starag or BT and the effect was procced, you don't get the radiant version of this. This means that it's probably good with something like Titans would be fine, right? Like, because getting like changing from normal Titans into Radiant Titans is fine. Radiant IE, Radiant Jewel would be fine. Hosh would be fine. Like, so you could do like IE Hosh, for example, or a Jeweled Hosh, and you wouldn't really lose any value there. But if you do like BT or Starog, I think QSS would be bad as well. But if you take one of those, like, you probably shouldn't combine it with the Kale artifact. So here you can see me testing this, like I'm testing the Starag Radiant interaction, because I wanted to know if I can get like a Starag shield into a Radiant Starag shield. Also here there's a cute little interaction that so if you remember, I took the Yasuo freeze hex, right? That one heals your it heals your guy when he drops low HP. So Tahm Kench actually has a mechanic where the more he heals, I think the more shield he ends up getting once he drops below a certain point. So there's actually a huge synergy with Tahm Kench. Like, so for example, like Anima Visage has a positive synergy with Tahm Kench. And the freezing hex from Yasuo also has a positive synergy with Tahm Kench. Because both of them give a healing effect that then cause him to gain a larger shield when he drops low HP. That's potentially something for you guys to remember. I'm fairly new to this game, started 2 weeks ago. What are these units? So TFT has a set cycle. There's 3 sets per year. So each set is like, or each season is 4 months long. And this is a preview of what's about to come. First, this is going on the test server on Tuesday, Wednesday next week. It's gonna stay on the test server for 2 weeks. Then in the middle of April, so it's around the 15th of April, the current set on the live server is gonna get removed. And this set will replace it for the next 4 months. And then in 4 months, this set is gonna get removed and we're gonna get set 18. So yeah, I like this Riven a lot, by the way. I do intend to play a lot of Riven. Oh yeah, I think I interrupted myself earlier with the explanation of the Rogue trait. The Rogue trait gives AD and AP, but more importantly, it gives you an Edge of Night effect. So there's like an aggro drop in the rogue trait. And that's really, really useful because that means I feel like the set is fairly low on CC. So you can definitely skip QSS. And the rogues can also skip Edge of Night, which means you can actually itemize the rogues super offensively. And that makes them very satisfying to play, Riven specifically. So you will probably see me play a lot of Riven and a lot of Rogue. You think 4 months is a good time or a bit short? I mean, in a perfect world, I would want a 3-month cycle, not a 4-month cycle. But I can't ask the developers to do that, so I'll take what I can get. Yeah, this is the Dusk. I mean, this is like the Riven from set 4, except you get to choose if she's full AD or full AP. The ability itself is actually exactly the same. But also what's kind of interesting is if you make Riven AP, she literally cannot deal AD damage anymore. 100% of her damage is magic. And if you make Riven AD, 100% of her damage will be physical. And the way you swap her is depending on if the AD or the AP stat is higher. Are there hero augments in the set? Yes. There are. Nasus has one, Pyke has one, Gragas has one, Meepsy has one. I think there might be 1 or 2 more that I forgot about. I saw the merchant YouTube video was there a link to buy. There's a link in the description. There was also a link in the pinned comment. And you can use the merch command in Twitch. That should all give you the link. Yeah, so at this point, I have 5 Rivens, a duplicator. I'm about to get another duplicator. Guys, I think you might see where this is going. You might see where this is going.
I've got this space-time on lock.
Yeah, carousels are gone for this set, although they might return the next set. I think this might be a one-time thing with the removing the carousels. Honestly, though, I will say one thing, okay? Removing the starting encounters is a way bigger deal than removing the carousels. You guys have no idea the pain of starting Scuttle into Triple Emblem, into Triple Emblem again, into Scuttle again. You just want to throw your PC out the window. I am so glad starting encounters are gone. I did not like starting encounters at all. I used to like the artifact encounter and loot sub, but I mean loot sub is useless and the artifact encounter was removed. So I literally I had no starting encounter left that I was looking forward to. I'm actually really glad that the starting encounters are gone. Did you use any form of AI for your merch? Zero. I paid good money with an artist and worked together with him. The person who did the merch was actually, I mean, the merch designs is the one who did the you remember the Piltover Caitlyn sprite? So the person who did the Piltover Caitlyn 2D sprite, that's the person who did the merch. It's also the person who did some of the Twitch emotes, the newer ones. That's the same artist. Is there a bard mechanic to set? I mean, there is a bard in the set and he has a mechanic. Okay, here I just got wrecked by Anima. I think this is one of the bigger cash outs, right? You can see Aurora had a crazy amount of true damage. I think that came from one of her items. In case you're wondering about the gold from Tamkench, this is from the Arcana trait. So if you play Tam, he will give you gold every 3 rounds.
No looking back.
And that is a Riven 3-star. Oh look, it's a thumbnail. Riven 3-star. What previous set would you compare this to? Well, thematically, it's the closest to set 3 and set 8. The set mechanic, I would say, is closest to set 11.
One jump ahead of you.
It's a cool Riven though. I like this Riven a lot. Jin looks nice. Yeah, Jin has a great ability. I quit 11 on day 1. I mean, listen, if this set was close to 11, I would be more honest. Like, I would be honest in the first impressions video that I don't like it. But I actually had a lot of fun on the playtest. So usually during a playtest, I'm actually very depressed. But this playtest, I actually had a lot of fun. I feel like the lack of starting encounters and the addition of new artifacts, plus a lot of fun designs, was actually, I had a good time during the playtest. So I was very rarely not depressed during the playtest. Doesn't happen often, but in this set, I was actually having fun. There's a combat trait called Anima. It works the same way like Chem Barons from set 13. So if you liked Chem Barons from set 13, then you're gonna be happy. I mean, people talk about like the 100 champion pool, but can we talk about the fact that we had 100 champions and most of them weren't even viable during a patch? Like, oh yeah, this is the Sona thing. So Sona has a mechanic. It's kind of similar to the mod Garen from 14. So there's like 7-8 different mods you can get, and they will always expire after 2 rounds, even if you don't use them. So every two rounds you get a new mod. The mod can be like your champion deals burn, chill, and wound. Or it can be like your champion starts with a 30% max HP shield. Or it can be your champion has a chance to do a double auto attack, you know? There's like a bunch of these. Probably the craziest one is that you get 2 gold per killing blow. So if I would have the mod with the killing blow on... Oh yeah, there's a bug here. I don't know if it was because I upgraded Riven to 3-star or because of the stage 6-4, but my radiant items ended up becoming permanent. I did report this bug already, so hopefully it will be fixed for PvE. Yeah, so I just explained that in case you're wondering. This is a bug. It's only supposed to give you the radiant items after a delay. It was working until 6-4 and then it broke. Which was around the time I got the Riven 3-star, so maybe that was the culprit. Upgrading a unit before the carousel round. Do you think this set is good? I'll have some fun with it, like every set. Here's the thing, even if you don't like the set, this is gonna be a really short set. This set only has 7 patches, guys. I think set 16 is like 4 weeks longer or something, 3-4 weeks longer than 17. So it is gonna be the shortest set this year with only 7 2-week patches. And I think that was the final fight, and that is a GG.